according to Tom Ford, and it also applies in sharing your data using your computers through peer-to-peer networking. Dear learners, I am Teacher Risa, and you're watching DepEd App TV. Let us explore the world of computers through peer-to-peer networking, so be ready with your pen, papers, and self-learning modules. Peer-to-peer network, one in which two or more PCs share files and access devices such as printers without requiring a separate server computer or server software. At the end of our lesson, you should be able to identify concepts related to peer-to-peer network and create diagram of procedures on setting up a peer-to-peer network. To start our lesson, we go through the terms that we will be using. Number 1 is computer name. A computer name is a unique identifier that is given to each computer, and it is used by ITs to locate and connect to a computer in order to perform a routine maintenance, as well as provide remote technical assistance. Number 2 is work group. A work group is a peer-to-peer network using a Microsoft software. A work group allows all participating and connected systems to access shared resources such as files, system resources, and printers. Number 3 is file sharing. File sharing is sharing of or offering access to digital information or resources, including documents, multimedia like audio and videos, graphics, computer programs, images, and ebooks. It is the private or public distribution of data or resources in a network with different levels of sharing privileges. File sharing can be done using several methods. The common techniques include the following: removable storage devices, centralized file hosting server installation on networks, World Wide Web-oriented hyperlink documents, and distributed peer-to-peer networks. How to set up peer-to-peer network? Before you start, ensure that at least two computers are connected to the network. Connect router to switch and switch to PCs. No patch panel yet. Two computers may also be directly connected to each other using crossover cable. All the computers should have unique IP address, either static or dynamic.
Here are the tips that you can follow. Step 1. Configure computer name and workgroup name. Number 1. Click on Start, right-click Computer or this PC, and select Properties. Number 2. In the Properties window, select Change Settings button, then you will be directed to System Properties window. From here, click again on Change button to go to Computer Name or Domain Changes window. Number 3. From the Computer Name or Domain Changes window, type in the computer name and workgroup name. Example, computer name is PC1, workgroup name CSS10. Number 4. Click on OK and select Yes to restart. And number 5. Do the same for other PC, just change the name to PC2. But use the same workgroup name, CSS Lab. Take note, first, computers must be on the same workgroup to be able to connect to each other. Example, computer name PC1 and PC2, and both have workgroup name CSS Lab. And second, IP address should also be of the same class. For example, computer name PC1 and PC2 have the same IP address, but only their last number is their difference. Step 2. Create and share folder. Number 1. Click anywhere in the desktop or any location in the computer where you want the shared folder to stay. Hover the cursor to New option and choose Folder, just like in our example below. Number 2. Rename the newly created folder, example client or server. And number 3, right-click on the newly created folder and left-click Properties, just like in our example. Number 4, left-click Sharing tab and left-click Share. Number 5, left-click drop-down arrow, choose Everyone and left-click Add button. Number 6, left-click drop-down arrow under Everyone and choose Read or Write, just like in our example. Number 7, left-click Share button. Number 8, left-click Done button. Number 9, left-click Close button. After this configuration, the folder you have shared becomes shared folders. Shared folders contains the files we want to share in the network since we cannot directly share files to the network. Step 3. Change advanced sharing settings. Number 1. Hover the cursor or pointer to the search window. Click and type Network and Sharing Center, or click the network icon at the lower right corner of the desktop to go to the Network Sharing Center. Number 2. Left-click Change Advanced Sharing Setting. Number 3. Click the drop-down arrow under All Network Options and click Turn on Sharing so anyone with network access can read and write files in the public folders, and also click Turn off Password Protected Sharing. Number 4. Click Save Changes, just like you are seeing. And number 5. Repeat the procedures to the other computers in the network. After the configuration, you should now be able to see the shared folders from the computer network. Take note, turn on Network Discovery so that your computer will be seen by other users in the network. Turn on Files and Printer Sharing so that your files and printer will be shared to other users. Turn off Password Protected Sharing so the shared folder can be opened by other users without entering security keys. Step 4. Access shared folder through network. Number 1. Click on Start and click on File Explorer. Number 2. Click on Network. Number 3. You should see 2 computers just like below. Number 4. Just open the other computer and you should be able to see the shared folders. I hope you were able to understand our lesson.
Before we end our lesson, we have our points to remember. Terms, computer name, workgroup, and file sharing. Step on setting up peer-to-peer network. Step 1. Configure computer name and workgroup.
Make sure computers belong to the same workgroup to be able to see and connect to each other.
Step 2. Create and share folder.
Permission levels when sharing a folder includes read only, and then read or write.
Step 3. Configure advanced sharing settings.
Turn on network discovery so that your computer will be seen by other users in the network. Turn on file and printer sharing so that your files and printer will be shared to other users. And turn off password protected sharing so the shared folder can be opened by other users without entering security keys. Step 4. Access shared folders through the network. Folders that contains files to be shared in the network is called shared folders.
Congratulations for finishing this module. Thank you for being with me and I hope you learned a lot. Once again, this is Teacher Risa saying goodbye.